Hi, Pastor Carl Johnston with our daily devotion. I'm the pastor of the United Church of Hayworth. Today we're looking at the title of Jesus, where Jesus says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. This is found in the book of Revelation, chapter 23, and as I look at my Bible, it says verse 13. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. But then there's a footnote. See Revelation 1, verse 8. Sounds like a good idea. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, says the Lord, who is and who was and who is to come, the Almighty. So in Revelation, in the first chapter and the last chapter, we hear, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Well, that's good. But what's an Alpha? And what's an Omega? Well, it's the Greek alphabet. The Greek alphabet begins with Alpha. Like our alphabet begins with the letter A, Alpha, alphabet. But the last letter in the Greek alphabet is Omega, as opposed to our letter Z. So what Jesus is saying about himself is, I am the, for us, he would say, I'm the A and the Z. I'm everything in between. I'm the beginning, I'm the end, I'm everything in between. That sounds pretty inclusive. And it also sounds pretty wide-ranging, that Jesus is everything, from first to last, and everything in between. So if Jesus is our Alpha and our Omega, that kind of includes that he's everything else. That makes you think, doesn't it? So maybe there are certain things in our lives that we think they're all just on us. We're the only one who has to deal with this. Well, let's get to some of the interesting letters, like F for finance. Jesus is our Alpha and our Omega, our A to Z. He's everything. Does Jesus have something to say about our finances, or our hobbies, or our interests, or our attitudes? Jesus is the Alpha and the Omega. So as we are in this holy season of Advent, it is an interesting idea for us to think about. How can Jesus be our Alpha and our Omega, the beginning and the end, and everything in between? How does Jesus have an influence in every aspect of our lives, no matter what we're talking about? Sometimes we get the idea that Jesus and Christianity and religious stuff is only for Sunday morning. Well, with COVID-19, we're not even meeting on Sunday morning as a congregation. We're meeting online, and I'm grateful for that. And I know how frustrating that is for so many of us. But there is this sense where even when we're not together, which would be a T word for together, Jesus is still our Alpha and our Omega. He is with us through it all. And because he is our Alpha and Omega, no matter what issue or problem or letter in the alphabet comes up, he's there with us. And he has something to say about it. And there's an influence that Jesus has in everything we do. That's a good thing, because we want Jesus to be involved in our lives. And so as you deal with whatever you deal with, when you watch the news and you see things as they're unfolding, Jesus is still the Alpha and the Omega, beginning and the end, and everything in between. Even as you try to plan for Christmas and what that's going to mean for your family this year, Jesus is still the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and everything in between. No matter what it is you're doing, no matter what it is you're planning or you're trying to plan, Jesus is still the Alpha and the Omega. And you know, that makes me feel very comfortable that in my life and in all of life, no matter what, everything that has been, everything that is, and everything that will be, that I know that I have Jesus as my Alpha and my Omega in this life every single day. Something for you to think about.